So anyway, we're live.
Hey,
As usual.
As per tradition.
I'm sorry. I have the flu.
Nikki so graciously decided to join us anyway, but she's
yay.
hiding. But we
Yeah.
have Kojo, my fave. Are
Hello.
you
Yeah.
not bald? Did you grow some hair? Or is it shadows?
No, it's cold hair, but also, just every now and then I gotta see just how far back
Just to
line
test it
goes.
out.
We gotta revisit the tree line. I feel
Yeah,
that.
my sexy middle-aged man hair
I love it. I love it.
or something.
Well, tonight we're back talking about The Craft,
Crap.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
one of our 90s faves.
What year did this come out?
96.
Yeah. The year of hip hop's glory.
I didn't see it until 97 because I had to wait for it to come to VHS.
But like no people who like hip hop before and after that. But 96 was like it was early in my secondary education days. And I
Ooh,
loved it because all the big albums dropped. Like Foxy Brown dropped that year, Lil Kim dropped that year, and Dow dropped like just all the iconic things that I used to walk to the bus with my headphones on too. So shout out to 96.
96. Secondary education. Awesome.
I mean,
And
but
now
I
and now
mean,
I'm old.
You're just a smidge older, just a few days older than us.
I'd been out of college for
you know what?
quite a while. And I
I
still
had
have 5 years to go through. So
so I, well, it took me forever to go through college.
do the maths. Do the
It happened.
maths.
Yeah. But don't worry, we both celebrated milestone birthdays. 1, 2. I've celebrated 4.
Yay. Happy
Yeah.
belated.
Thanks.
Well,
Yes.
so I was at Comic-Con this past weekend, New York Comic-Con, and it was a blast. And there was a panel about Black horror. And this movie came up because of the character Rochelle.
Mm.
We got into a conversation about Black final girls and all those kinds of things, but Rochelle came up, Rachel True's character, and I learned that so each girl has like their personal problem, right? Nancy has the abusive stepfather. What's her name? Bonnie has the burns, and Rochelle has racism.
Right.
Yeah. Apparently, Rochelle was supposed to have an eating disorder. But when Rachel True got cast, they changed it to racism because she's Black.
Oh.
And she was like, well, why can't I just have an eating disorder like the script says? And they were like, no, racism. You're Black. Be Black.
Wow. And that was really funny because I was thinking like when old boy was talking about the witches and they said, what, Nancy's a slut.
Mm-hmm.
This girl is burned.
Bonnie's, yeah, and he said nothing about Rochelle.
Nothing. And I was just like, oh, she Black.
He's like, well, I don't even have to say it for her. It's understood.
It's so funny because I never peeped that before, but it was glaring this time.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I felt two kind of ways about it. I'm like, yes, racism is a great topic. Let's tackle that. But now knowing that they added it because she was Black, isn't that racism?
And
A
it's
little
like,
bit.
and
I
it's
mean,
like the girls, the things she said were like so over the top, but absolutely realistic, at least in my opinion, based on people I've encountered who have said some really outrageously racist things to me. So when she was like, I just don't like Negroids, I was like, bitch, like, you just gonna come out right and say it?
Just straight up. And it's so funny because it's like, no matter how many times you watch that movie, you're still like, I'm gonna hit you in the fucking face.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I feel like
her comeuppance.
I kind of wish they had the balls to just go ahead and say the N word.
Ooh.
I mean,
That would have been saucy.
in '96 they could have.
I feel like they should have. I feel like they should have gone balls to the wall and had her just flat out say the N word. Like, if we're gonna go that far, go all in. That's I like my racism thick.
You know, it's like I feel like I hadn't really thought about that before, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think that you're right. I maybe would have preferred a hard R because I feel like Negroid is just something you could say and would get an easy pass and like no one will like. People like,
Right.
oh, it's racism, right? They didn't say the hard R.
But like,
Like,
put your whole chest in it.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
If you're gonna go that far, just tell me to my face. Put your whole chest in it.
Earn it first.
Earn
Earn it
it.
for real.
Earn it.
I'm sorry, I
So
don't know my cough without turning off my microphone and fucking up the connection. So
we'll just listen to you cough.
yeah.
You should have changed your name to Delightfully Plagued.
Never too late.
Kojo, are you drinking anything?
I am drinking my lovely black box Cabernet Sauvignon.
Okay. All praises be to
My
Manon.
cheap wine.
I don't even.
Black Box got me through lockdown. So shout out to Black Box.
Hey.
I'm also drinking a wine called a Jumia, I think. It's something Spanish. I don't know, but it's my favorite and I buy it every time I see it. Nikki, you drinking NyQuil?
I took a break from the therapy to enjoy a hot toddy since I'll be going straight to bed after this.
I know that's right.
It's got bullet in it.
Oh, nice. I haven't had a hot toddy in ages. I need to get sick.
Yeah.
Okay. You could just have one.
I've got
I guess.
it. It's not even really hot toddy. It's like a spiced apple cider with turmeric and cinnamon and honey and pepper.
That sounds delicious.
It really does.
It is quite.
So I watched this movie with Brian. He'd never seen it before.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And so it was fun getting his reactions. Sorry, the baby's throwing himself against the door. What can you do? He hasn't gone to sleep yet, so this could end up being another chaos stream. So
yes, chaos.
I'm getting like just a little poof, poof, poof,
yeah,
and get wider and wider.
Well, if he gets out, you'll just see his face pop up out of nowhere in the background. It's very creepy. Perfect for the season. But so yeah, Brian had never seen it before, so it was interesting watching it. Watching somebody with fresh eyes experiencing it, and he actually really liked it. One of the things that stood out was the scene where they fake it like her dad and stepmom have died in a crash. I forgot, I don't remember if I believed it or not, but he absolutely was like, oh my God, she hasn't even had a chance to process that her parents are dead and now they're doing all of this stuff. And I was like,
I forgot that was a fake thing.
Oh, you did?
Somewhere in between, I was like, oh, right, that was a glamour. But when she was first watching, I was like, she just had the worst day. Because I feel like my attention always starts to drift by the time I get to that point of the movie. I'm like, oh yeah, went at her, It's not it's like intense, but there's just like, I'm distracted by the snakes, it's just like too much.
Oh, the tarantulas. I had to.
All of that vermin was just
from that.
That was just a lot of vermin.
Have
either of you ever tried to do witchcraft?
I was gonna put my name as a psychic witch lady, which is what they call me. Some friends from another era. Not per se because I respect the forces of nature too much because I was brought up Catholic. But I have candles and I have tarot cards. Sometimes I go into those bookstores if they don't scare me too much. Although me and my friend last year when we were in New Orleans, we went, New Orleans voodoo. We went to we went to one of those witchy stores. And the first one we went into was like, oh, cool. The second one we went into, as soon as we walked in, we both looked at each other. We're like, oh no, this
Like, this is the real deal.
and you could feel it. And we started so I started to feel like physically sick from being there. And there was this corner that when we walked by it, we both looked at each other. We were like, that's where it's coming from. And then these two, when they were like buying crystals and spell books, and we were like, But the worst part of it was when we wanted to leave, we couldn't get out without the lady letting us out. She had to come and open the door, and there were these two girls who were trying to come in. I was like, don't go.
That's so creepy.
Run.
Bell, and I was like, and I was it shook me up so much that I didn't go into the next store. I was like, no, I'm done. I've had enough witch shit for today.
Well, how about you, Kojo?
Define witchcraft.
I guess a lot of things can fall under it. Hoodoo, voodoo, obia, all the things that people claim are satanic but are really something else, like all the pagan and Wiccan and that's
so
what I would say that all kind of falls under that umbrella, but I'm not the expert here.
I would say I'm much like Sarah.
Mm-hmm. You're a good witch.
You're a natural witch.
A natural witch.
Mm-hmm.
I've had lots of really interesting experiences since I was a kid. Like you might have heard me say this before, Tanya, but it's like the veil is very thin over here. Like folks are like, why don't you do Halloween? It's like, because I don't have to, because it's Halloween. Like all the time.
Have I ever told you about my poltergeist?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, continue. I'll tell you about her.
So, and as a practitioner of an ATR, I am outside of the Judeo-Christian.
Wait, what ATR?
Yeah, so would I say that I practiced witchcraft? Yes, I have.
Can you what's ATR?
Yes, I do. Huh?
What is ATR?
Oh, African traditional religion.
Gotcha.
Or ATS, spirituality. So
got it.
But yeah, it's like I'm an herbalist.
Mm-hmm.
I do some divination.
Okay.
Right. Stuff and things.
Things. So we should talk about that offline. I would like to know more because there's stuff I think about here.
I just apparently get haunted. So maybe I need someone to do something here.
I've been telling you to sprinkle salt outside your doorstep for years.
I know you have. I think I've never tried to practice any kind of anything really, except there are certain traditions that I stand by, just superstitions or whatever. Right. And one that stood out to me recently because of the Apple TV Plus whatever show called The Changeling, where they put that I haven't watched it yet, but I know that they put that red string on the woman's bracelet and tells her not to cut it, and he cuts it, and that's how all the shit starts. So that is in my mind because I just watched a whole thing about The Changing at Comic-Con. When Brian's grandmother passed, we took the baby to the funeral, and now Jamaicans do not bring babies to funerals. And if you do, you're to tie a red string so that Duppy can't touch them.
Yeah.
And I wanted to tie it on his wrist, but I didn't want everyone to ask me why, because I didn't want to explain it, because I feel like everyone would have looked at me like I was crazy. But I was like, babies aren't supposed to be in graveyards, and they're too close to the veil. And so, he needs some kind of protection. And so I tied it around his ankle and tucked it in his sock so no one else would see it. And I still have it in his diaper bag just in case we go somewhere and I need to protect him with it.
Hey.
I love that. I 100% agree. I mean, yeah, we have there's some things that say Lucian. They would probably kill me if I talk about it live. But yeah, we have similar traditions for protection. Yeah.
At that same funeral in the graveyard, they opened the casket for a final viewing, and I was sitting up front with the family holding Ellington in my lap, and he goes, "Peekaboo."
I love that kid. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my dude. That's totally my dude.
Yeah. My jaw was on the floor. I was like, no, 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 no.
Low-key still top 5 funniest things he's ever done.
Seriously.
Yeah, it
Seriously.
definitely is. It
Yes.
definitely is. Like,
Yes.
not a lot can top saying peekaboo to a corpse. And like being genuine about it, you know, like he was sincere. He's like, oh, they opened it up. It's time.
He was waiting for his moment to shine.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the movie.
Yeah, my
Uh,
sister's waiting for bedtimes in the chat.
oh, okay.
She's watching. Hey, Jackie.
Yeah.
Hey, Peter Griffin.
Hey, Peter Griffin.
Hey, AK.
Hey, AK. I forgot to watch the chat. I wish I could pop this out so I can go full screen.
I'm mad you can't see my delightful icon on the chat on the live
I
stream.
know it disappeared.
Oh well.
So has
Anyway.
anyone ever so the Ouija board thing?
No, I've
Absolutely.
never done that.
Hell no.
No.
Absolutely not. Like I said, because they just like to visit me anyway, so I'm not summoning shit.
Yeah, same. My parent. What?
I feel like a 1921 Ouija board would absolutely be what's the word I'm looking for?
It would start a world war.
I would say that it's real and would absolutely summon things that you don't want.
Right.
Keep it in its seal, Peter Griffin. Please keep it in
Absolutely.
its seal.
Do not break the seal.
I've never played around with anything in the occult. I feel like on one hand, I never really believed in like hauntings and things like that. But on the other hand, I believe just enough to be like, I'm still not gonna play with it though.
Well, my parents both warned us about Ouija boards, and my mom told us about some experience that she had where it said she was going to meet some person, and like years later, this man like checked into the hotel she was staying in, and it was like everything that she said. She was like, ever since then, no, no,
Yeah.
no. And my dad said something about it too, but like there was enough for me to say no. Yeah.
For me, I have like vivid dreams that sometimes don't mean anything, but sometimes are like really crazy. Like, and then I have dreams where somebody else will like, what do you say? Like, not like explain it or whatever for me. I had a dream once where my great grandmother came to pick me up. My great grandmother's dead, but I knew her into my 20s. So I had a dream where she was coming to pick me up, and I wasn't prepared for her to come get me. And she started rushing me and telling me to hurry up, let's go. And like she's like, the car is outside, like we need to go. And I kept saying like, I'm not ready, I'm not ready. And it went on like that for a little while until I finally was like, look, you just go ahead without me and I'll meet you there when I'm ready. And I was tweeting about this dream, and so many people came into my mentions and basically were like, she was coming to take me with her. I was like, what? My grandma trying to kill me? Somebody even DM'd me that she was going to pray for me at her church. People put me in like their prayer thingies, like, you know, when you submit names for prayer at church. Like, it was like more than a few people like commented on it and was like, thank God you told her to wait because she was trying to take you with her. She misses you.
Yeah.
That was creepy.
Wow.
And I was like, what the fuck, grandma? Come on.
Yeah.
Light Peter's comment, please, since we feel so strongly about this.
I made the same deal with the spirits as I did with spiders. Leave me alone and I'll leave you alone. So far, so good. I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely feel you.
Yeah.
That's why I don't bother the poltergeist in my apartment. She just hides stuff. And I'm just like, fine, it'll come back up later.
Are you sure it's not a 2-year-old, 3-year-old?
Oh no, it's been going on for years.
Oh. And she visited me. She's been in my dreams. She's
wow.
Yeah.
We don't name her anymore because
Stephanie met her last weekend.
Okay.
She hid one of Oni's shoes. And they like her and Joey were pulling all the shoes out to find it. And finally she gave up. And then when she gave up and then came back, the shoe was there.
Wow.
And she told me that she was like, I don't want to sound crazy, but like, oh, it was about you too, Nikki. First, she said she just feels like there's a presence here, but also, Nikki, she said she felt a presence from you. That when she's around you, she feels like you are like connected, or
I have a
there's
following.
you have a what?
I have a strong following.
Yeah.
And
So she was like
my guardians are ever present.
yeah, and she said that she feels like you have a very protected presence. Actually,
Mhm.
that's exactly what she said.
Mhm.
And she was like, I don't want to sound crazy, so I've never said that to her. And I was like, no, because we were talking about Grimlock's OT and how she has bad vibes. And Grimlock wouldn't work with her for 6 months until finally he warmed up to her when she tried to quit.
He was like, okay, just play.
Yeah, but
I kept telling Tanya to sprinkle salt to see if she'd come back. But yeah, no, Stephanie, you're not watching, but if you do, you could always talk to me about this shit. I am open to it to a certain extent.
yeah,
Yes.
not opening
Yes.
to being embraced by an
Yeah.
enigma.
No, that's Sunday.
Speaking of enigmas, our spooky read. Oh, I thought I had it over here with me, but I do not. Our spooky read this month is, what's it called? The Gods? No.
OMG, hold on. Hey book club, not book club. Hey writers workshop, all in the chat. Ooh.
The Gods We Defy? The Monsters We Defy. Oh my gosh, sorry. The title like left my head. Our book club read this Sunday, October 22nd, is The Monsters We Defy by Leslie Penelope. It's about a young woman in 1920s DC who can speak to the spirits. She has the sight, and people have gone missing. She needs to investigate, and it involves the enigmas, the spirits, all of them. And it's like a ghost story / heist kind of.
BRB.
Interesting.
It's really good. So that was our spooky season read.
Yeah.
So that's this Sunday at I think 3, because Nikki has to do something, but we'll post about it. Back to the craft.
Okay, but speaking of guardians,
Yes.
kind of ties into. I can make a tie into like Sarah's mom, like
Mm-hmm.
a witch, and passing that on. So in my family, like my family is like very Christian, very strong prayer warriors, and my aunt, we would not have called her a witch, but she had gifts. Like she was spiritual, prayer warrior, could do spiritual cleansing just by walking in space. And she's been my guardian since she passed when I was 18. So a couple months ago, I'd had surgery, and I was awake. I'd woken up, and like I slept near my ancestor altar. Like I keep an ancestral altar. And I felt my aunt's presence, and I have not felt her in decades, and I was so excited. And then I kept hearing these like very negative thoughts creeping in. And then I heard recite the 23rd Psalm. I'm not a Christian, but I keep my aunt's Bible on my altar. And the 23rd Psalm page is like brown and worn. Like that is her psalm. It's been a prayer of protection over me forever. So to ward off these thoughts, this energy that was coming at me, is like recite the 23rd Psalm 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
The Greys. You got to read Monsters We Defy. It was the Greys that were coming
Wow.
and fucking up your shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And so they were telling me, it's like, your ancestors are really disappointed in you. And I was like, that's not close to anything that they've ever said to me, or that I've heard. And they've been very close with me for the past couple of years. So anyway, so I said the 23rd Psalm. And then like, as soon as I finished, this is like 5:30 in the morning, I got a text from a friend who said, I'm celebrating you, and so are your ancestors.
Wow. At 5:30 in the morning.
5:30, like completely random. This is not a friend that texts me.
In a different time zone.
So I knew that my aunt like had come to protect me from whatever
the Greys
in, because they was like, oh, you're recovering surgery. It's like there's a chink in your armor. And it's like, no, there ain't.
Please read, if you get a chance, read The Monsters We Defy, because
Okay.
there's something with that, with the main character Clara and her spiritual protector, her grandmother. I think you'd really like it.
Cool.
I think anybody who's into any of that would really enjoy it. And if you just want like a sort of spooky story.
Yeah.
And it goes into a lot of like DC alternate history stuff. So
That's
in the 20s.
yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk about it Sunday. I won't start rambling on about it. Back to the
That
craft.
was the cool. So to tie that into the craft, like the very cool part where Sarah was, first of all, she got so annoying when she was doubting herself. As, oh, come on, girl! Like you're more powerful.
When they're like, "Why isn't she fighting back?"
Yeah, yeah. But the
Stand up.
The strength that she got from her mom, like I thought that was really.
Oh, that when the leaves start to blow and the mother's picture and she turns her head.
Yeah.
You know what was super spooky? There's a moment when Rochelle sees her bully in the shower crying, and she's standing next to a mirror, and she turns her head, and the reflection turns too late.
Right.
That part always creeps me out just a little bit.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was about, and I think I missed the turn when I was watching it, but I can see, like when I think back, I was like, oh, okay, that's what was going on.
Yeah, it just creeped me out. Reflection stuff creeps me out. Like I can't look at mirrors in the dark or anything like that. I feel like I'm gonna see something I don't want to see.
Well, you totally shouldn't do that, first of all, and second of all, the other creepy reflection thing that happened was when they were, taunting shit out of Sarah, and they looked, and it was like their reflections, what they saw in the mirror, like what's her name, Bonnie's scars had all come back, and
oh right, when she said it comes back times 3.
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody knows that magic comes at a cost.
Honestly, those are my favorite.
Why is the older witch always European?
Yeah, she was Spanish. And I'm like, they didn't have any California witches that say like dude and stuff. Like we couldn't, it's the same with ghosts.
Her for like a whitewashed Mexican lady, like who was down in her brujeria store.
No, I looked the actress up. She's Spanish.
So they tried.
Like it's the same with ghosts. Like I saw this tweet once, and they were like, "Why aren't there any ghosts from like 2000 in like Juicy Couture saying it's Britney, bitch?" And they're always like some old 1800s. You know what I mean? And then it's like, why don't they have like? Why don't we get a ghost with like a Louisiana accent?
Right. Lack of imagination.
Yeah.
I mean, the same reason why Rochelle didn't get an eating disorder.
Lack of imagination. They're like racist.
Yeah.
You got it.
You got it.
Hi, puppy.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's a puppy?
That's Osita barking out the window.
Osita.
At first. Because there ain't shit else there, so it has to be a ghost.
Well,
what else about the craft?
The craft.
Let's talk about
the What were you gonna say? Maybe it's the same thing.
What were you gonna say, boo?
I was gonna talk about the love spell.
Yes, I was gonna talk about Skeet Ulrich. Period.
Well, it was kind of together. We're on the same page. See, we're aligned.
Yes.
That's why Brian calls us Scissor Sisters.
That's not why he calls y'all sisters. Carry on.
I was up here throwing up witchy gag signs, and you totally threw me off my game, Tanya.
I thought it was because of our love of arts and crafts.
Absolutely.
Wait, what's up, Jackie C?
Hey, Jackie C. Absolutely, I was just going to.
Right. Poor guy's name is Skeet.
Like you'd have to give me. Maybe that's a nickname. Let me look him up.
Oh boy.
You think it's Skeeter?
God, I hope what does Skeet stand for?
Skeetorius.
Skeetorius.
Wow.
Skeet Ulrich. No, he was born Brian Ray Trout.
Whoa, that was a choice.
Right, he did that on purpose.
I have a lot of questions now.
Yeah, Skeet, come on our street.
But yes, let's go ahead. Talk about Skeeteroros. Okay, my baby is really crying. Should I let him out?
Don't keep him in cages.
All right, I'm gonna go let him out. Hold on. Let me let my puppy out.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about him. It's just like I forgot he was in this movie, and then as soon as you see his face after watching Scream, you're like, oh yeah, and like you're like, oh wait, he and Neve Campbell were in another horror movie together way before Scream. Go back, I enjoyed that. I don't know why he like signed on for this. I meant to look to see what else he's done in his career, but maybe Tanya Googled that because I should
Yeah.
not. Actually, let me do my due diligence. Do, 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 do.
Love spells.
Remember that body spray love spell that all the girls wore? Ew.
Nope.
Ugh. It was a whole
that
uh,
is
it was
that
a
is not.
whole era of like Bath and Body Works in high school where just girls were wearing loves. It was and not it was too sweet, but like a sweet fragrance without the sophistication, you know? It's like
Right.
they took a bottle of Jolly Ranchers and like liquefied it and added a little bit of alcohol. They were like
That's.
spraying
I
in the
mean, I
hallway.
actually love Jolly Ranchers.
Oh, it was
However,
good. It was like the answer to Axe and Cool Water in high school before like CK1 and all those other ones.
mm, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm from the Love's Baby Soft era, so
Mm.
yeah.
Oh wait, so he changed his name to honor his stepdad, DK Ulrich,
So why Skeet
be-
though?
because a childhood coach gave him the nickname.
Hmm. I don't want to know that story.
Oh, I just saw it. The nickname Skeet originated from Skeeter, a nickname he was given by his little league coach because of his small stature and because he was fast as a mosquito.
Uh-huh. That's why.
That is,
The
yeah,
only other Skeeter I've heard, and the reason I brought it up is because you guys know I'm a huge fan of the Muppets. Scooter and
Yes.
Skeeter.
right,
That's but
right.
okay. Okay. Thanks, internet.
So what was his name? Brian, I think? Cooker or Cocker or something like that. He was a piece of shit, huh?
He was such a piece of shit. So first of all, why did she like him?
Why? When she went to do the love spell and was like for him to like her after he had already lied about sleeping with her and that she was a lousy lay and all of that. Um, why did you want him to like you? And then
Yeah.
I was like, I'll chalk it up to teenage stupidity. But I feel like I personally wasn't that stupid and love struck as a teenager. Like I think I would have hated someone who did something like that to me. I would hate them to the end of my days.
Because he wasn't even that cute.
It's like there's all these reasons, but also like you had the opportunity to ask for anything, you asked for that. But like,
For a boy to like you.
why not settle for vengeance then? Because he just did you dirty in front of the whole school.
This is what I'm saying.
I would never do a love spell.
I, yeah,
And I get that boys in high school are often trash and they lie on their dicks because
Oh, they do
they.
it in college and adulthood too.
Oh, okay. So
true
I
that.
it's
speak
just
from experience.
a phase that lasts forever. Not to the good dudes in the chats. We see. We're not talking about you. You're not included in this. You, just so that we're clear. However, many ladies have been lied upon,
Many
self-included,
men.
and yeah, that shit's not fun. It'll really
No,
make your
it's
life
not.
terrible. It feels awful. So, did he deserve to, accidentally follow the window? No.
That might have
How
been much, but a light stabbing.
about he saved it
I
for the
mean,
next?
I would just go with a lifetime of erectile dysfunction.
I would, yeah,
Into that. I'm into that.
I'm into that. That's a good curse. You know, nobody has to die. You know what
Uh-huh.
I mean?
Except his dick.
Except his dick. You know, lifetime of erectile dysfunction, and it gets a tiny bit smaller every year.
Oh man.
Wow.
That's the curse I would have put on him. I like that, Kojo.
No, my curse would be that upon entry, like yeah, just a little bit, and then it dysfunctions. So it's just a
Oh, like
tease.
every time you're about to start.
Yeah. So there's like
Oh
the
man,
you get the tease with the potential, and then it's gone.
I
Gone,
like that.
gone,
That
gone,
is, yeah.
Yeah.
Poor kid.
And his friends were trash.
They were
Especially-
all trash.
But like, I
Mhm.
forgot to look up the other one because I know he's from something. But the short dude was from
He's from a lot of stuff.
Everything in the
From
mid-90s.
everything. I was just about to say everything in the mid
I
90s.
just remember him from Clueless in this movie. I don't remember him from
Okay.
He's in Josie. He's a great character in Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh, I don't
my
remember watching that.
That movie is wonderful, and
I feel like
everyone
I
needs
saw
to
it
watch it.
once, and
I feel
never
like
it
I feel
came out.
like it did poorly because people didn't realize it was supposed to be satire,
Mm.
and they took it too seriously.
Oh, I could see that being a thing. That happens a lot.
Because I've seen and complaints about it, about like the product placement and stuff, but like the product placement was a complete joke. You know, it's like they're in an airplane with like Tide bottles behind them and like Target symbols, and it's just like really over the top product placement throughout the whole movie. But like, you know, the point is it's like making fun of consumerism and the music industry and all that stuff. Anyway, I love that movie. And I want everyone
Isn't
to
that
love
what
it
the
too.
Barbie movie is doing? I haven't seen it yet.
I love
We
it.
saw it. Yeah, it was really good. Kinda. It's
It-
a Barbie movie is more so with like patriarchy
Existential.
and existentialism.
Yeah, love
I
it.
must see it.
Yes, you should see it.
Absolutely must see it.
Oh,
It's so
question
good.
for you, Kojo. I'll put it up.
I
Ooh.
I'm a fan of blankets, as Tanya knows.
Kojo sent blankets for my babies,
Yes.
which they still have, of course.
Awesome.
And I don't let them use them anymore because they spill. I need them to get tiny bit bigger before I can put them back in rotation.
They are
But they use them.
washable. I make everything super easy, especially for little ones. But this is for my grandniece for Christmas. And so anytime I'm sitting and my hands are idle, I have to be crocheting because the holidays are right around the corner.
Well, the blankets are well loved. And they got so much use that the tag you put in with your name and everything, it's like completely unraveled.
That awesome.
Hey, Jackie.
Hi,
There.
guys. How you doing, Nikki? Oh yeah, you're sick. Hi.
So let me for y'all who don't know, let me introduce for the very first time on 30 Tuesdays. I stream my sister Jackie. Clap, clap, clap.
Hi,
clap.
Jackie.
Hi, I'm the cuter Birch. How you guys doing?
Today.
She said it.
Today.
Today? Well, not right now. I'm not wearing a lick of makeup.
This is
I'm wearing enough for both of us.
Well, let me pinch the rosy in. Hold on.
This is Jackie TikTok fame. I have been trying to get her
Another
on.
Jackie.
She is a QUI instead of a KIE Jackie, but Jackie's Unite. And Jackie is a movie buff.
I love it. I actually forgot to highlight this comment real quick. Sheesh, they can't even fake it for him. Anyway, Jackie.
He earned that though.
He's right. Anyone can fake it.
Yeah,
even the people paid can't fake it. That's horrible.
You fake it till you make it, but they just can't make it happen. So it's fine.
Well, welcome to 30 Tuesdays, Jackie.
Thank you. I love the hair, girl. So nice.
Thank you. I was trying to go for like casual Valerian.
I was legit thinking Khaleesi.
that was the vibe. Casual Valerian. I wore my sword earrings, and I had like my claw finger cuff, and my fire and blood hoodie. I was feeling myself for Comic-Con.
As you should. As you should.
What did you think of the craft, Jackie? And have you ever practiced witchcraft?
So I have loved that movie ever since I was a wee one. But I rewatched it last night.
I'm sorry, Kojo. You're making Kojo feel old. She's like when I was a toddler.
When the movie first came out, I fell in love with it because I've always loved anything witches. Anything within that realm. It's just like it speaks to my soul. So I have loved that movie forever. But for the first time I think ever, actually, I realized that the song from that movie is the theme song of Charmed.
Charmed. Yes, it is.
How did I not put the two and two together?
I've never
I feel
watched
like a
Charmed.
fraud.
Charmed is so good. Charmed is so dope. Shout
You've
out to
never
Charmed.
watched Charmed? You need to get off the
No.
live.
Go watch it right now.
Go watch the entire series right now. You will not be disappointed. It's so good.
Isn't it like
It's
a
witty.
lot of episodes?
It's a lot of episodes, and they even switched out sisters because one, whatever.
Oh,
But yeah,
Nikki,
I didn't say what happened to her. I just said
I just feel like it's a show that because I didn't get on it when it was like fresh, that is just no way of
if you watch it
taking
now,
it all in.
it'll be definitely a little bit campy, but it is still good.
look, I just got done watching Supernatural, and it's been there for like what 15 years. I was like, I'm never gonna get on that bandwagon. Never gonna get on that bandwagon. But then I saw Dean, and I was like, okay, bandwagon. So yeah, but
Supernatural partner right there.
Supernatural, my someone I used to know made me watch the show, and I was going into it with like, I'm gonna hate this show. It's so annoying. It's so basic. But then I'm like, next episode, next season, the finale. What? So it's such a good show. But Charmed,
I've never watched Supernatural.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to watch that too.
I haven't watched either.
You're gonna have to watch that too.
It's the people are too pretty.
It's such a good show. I'm not even gonna lie. But I will say this: it's a lot like Game of Thrones. No character is safe. But Charmed, Miss Tanya, even though it's an older show, doesn't matter how old you are when you watch it. It doesn't matter how young you are when you watch it. As long as you watch it, it's so good. You're gonna hate yourself for not ever watching that show. The newer series of Charmed, or the newer version of Charmed, I'm not even gonna attempt to watch that. But
why not?
Because it's just like I've seen parts of the pilot, and it's just, well, like, how a pilot can sometimes take a while to draw you in.
Mm-hmm.
I was not impressed. I was not drawn in I literally didn't even make it past the opening credits.
Yeah.
And I give any show a chance, but I couldn't do it because I'm so used to the original, and this one just seems so much of a, they were trying way too hard already within the first 5 minutes. I'm like, click, I'll watch the news instead. I'm good.
Damn, the news.
Yeah.
News is pretty horrifying.
Well, on this watch of yours, did you notice anything, or was there anything else that stuck out to you besides the song, like watching it?
So after watching this craft, this time I did a little bit of digging, and I read some comments about the show, because I was trying to see if Nancy's character, how she liked playing that kind of a role. Mm-hmm. She played the crazy chick role extremely well, but like some people, some actors, they don't like to play that role, or they feel some kind of way after playing that role.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see how she liked playing that kind of a role. And what I found, I didn't find anything on that topic, but I did find something that actually made me think a little bit, was that the three girls, you see how superficial their friendship was throughout the movie. Like this one person commented that Nancy was considered white trash, and that she just wanted to be surrounded with people who made her feel uplifted, who made her feel better about herself. Like Rochelle, she was into sports, and like I guess Sarah had money, and Nev Campbell, she could Bonnie, she could make Nancy feel better about her looks or something like that. So she always felt they all fed off of each other for the friendship. But then when something went wrong, as the movie progressed and everything like that, they were so easily shattered. So I found that to be a nice realization that I didn't even come to think about when I was younger.
Yeah.
So 2 things. Oh, well, 3 things. First of all, I also read that they hired Wiccans to make sure that the chants and all of those things were accurate. Jackie, you weren't on the stream yet. I was talking about Comic-Con, where they did a Black horror panel, and they brought up the character Rochelle. And another thing they brought up was that we don't ever meet Rochelle's family.
We don't.
That is very true.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I was like, why is she's really getting left out of so many things? We got to see everybody's home life except hers.
Yeah.
She got a nice door.
She had a nice door.
She had a nice door.
But we get a glimpse into everyone's home life somewhat, but not Rochelle.
Well, clearly she was an independently wealthy, emancipated teen.
What was the other thing I was gonna say? I think I already forgot.
Well, yeah, and the second, also when I mentioned the whole, their they all their friendships feed off of each other. When Laura Lizzie was being such a racist to Rochelle, I guess that she was hanging out with all these white girls so she could feel more accepted. And that someone said in the comments, they said that if Rochelle was Rachel, then she would pretty much be like Laura Lizzie.
Because she was pretty and she was, sports and all of that stuff. But
yeah, she's trying to be accepted by white people,
which is so unfortunate.
I think something that we haven't mentioned, and maybe you're going to talk about, Tanya, is the fact this whole movie, until Sarah comes, nothing is working for them, right?
Nothing.
She brings the power. She is the natural witch. She is the fourth. It's not just that she's a fourth. She's doing magic before, Bonnie sees her in the classroom when she makes that piece.
Yeah.
And it's just she's the catalyst. The magic continues because she's brought it into the circle and they've completed it. But I don't think that they give her enough credit for being the one who
they really don't, Nikki.
Well, no, Nancy. I think Nancy was instantly jealous because Nancy's the clear leader.
Exactly. And Sarah's mom was a witch. So like Nikki said, she is a natural born witch. She actually physically has powers, whereas Bonnie, Nancy, and Rochelle, they either have to use objects to gain their power or they're feeding off of Sarah.
That's another thing that comes up in The Monsters We Defy, natural seers versus those who have to learn from elders.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good book. It's
a really good book. Read it. It's only like an 8-hour audiobook.
Only 8 hours.
You can't borrow it because I have it.
I have a copy too.
Yeah, I can't do audiobooks. I tune out.
I can only do audiobooks for rereads.
That's very true. Very true, Jackie, too. Yep.
From the very beginning, the moment Sarah showed up, Nancy saw her as competition.
Very, very much. And not only for that, and not for magic, also for Skate Ulrich.
Yes. What was his name? I forgot what his name was.
Brian
Chris
Cocker or something like
Chris
that.
Hooker.
Chris Hooker? Where did I get Brian Cocker?
Because that's his real name is Brian something.
Oh,
Brian.
Right. I did look that up.
But the fact that you come to a new school and these girls are warning you about the guys being trash and then you ignore them.
And immediately go for the one that they warn you against the most.
Worst, just because he said hello to you.
Right. I mean, he was nice when everyone else was being shady, including them. However, she did call it. She's like, you're an asshole. Your friends are assholes. And I'm like, okay. I mean,
but look, he did. Here's what I told Nikki last night. My big girl pants realized a lot more being an older that the only reason that Mr. Hooker, who, like I said, was a hooker, only befriended her was because she was a new girl in town. She was new, fun, interesting, a new piece of arse. See that he could conquer, right?
Yeah.
He's like a new toy that he could play with, and also realized that the only reason that Nancy actually wanted to get revenge on him wasn't for Sarah's benefit; it was for her. It's like you're playing with, what happened to me? Why am I on background? Blah blah blah. So it's not as though she was being a friend to Sarah. She just was low key vying for his attention, and when she couldn't get it, and he wanted Sarah instead of Nancy got jealous and murked him.
And then she glamoured herself to look like Sarah,
so she can get a little bit of penis.
Yeah,
a little bit of
good. That's
what I would say. Her feet. That scene where she's forcing
her toes dragging.
That was my favorite part.
I love that part. It's so creepy.
And I love that TikTok sound. Jealous? You don't even exist to me. I'm like, oh, that gave me chills. And I haven't even used the TikTok sound yet, which I might tonight.
Okay, that was spot on. By the way, Jackie.
Thank you. I should be in Juilliard. This movie
Jack-
is, I think, is underrated, but now because of like TikTok and like some other social media platforms, it's gaining traction. But everyone now is just late to the game.
Right.
So there was a sequel a few years ago. I did not watch it, but I did read the wiki.
Existed. Oh, good.
I read the wiki, and I have no problem spoiling it because it sounded completely trash.
Oh.
Basically, it's like the same thing. And a girl comes from out of town. She's a witch. They do witchy things, and some other shit happens. And the whole tie-in with the original is that turns out Nancy is her mother.
I was gonna say it has to be tied to Nancy.
Yeah, it turns out Nancy is her mother.
Okay,
I'm never gonna watch it.
When they released Nancy from custody?
No, she's still in the hospital. So maybe Nancy got pregnant that night with Chris Hooker.
Oh,
that's my guess.
Or an orderly.
But wait,
that's a whole other.
Get that dark.
Yeah, I was hoping it wouldn't be that dark, but yeah, that's also possible. What did you say, Jackie?
So wait, they're saying that this is the daughter of Chris and Nancy?
No, just that it's the daughter of Nancy.
Oh, I was saying because they didn't have coitus during that little party.
No, they were when she walks in.
No, they weren't doing it because they're all fully clothed.
I just thought they were keeping it PG-13.
No, no, I make sure to peep that because I have a huge crush on Skeet Ehrlich.
Jackie C, unfortunately, there are ways. And they generally involve assault.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
Actually, very, yeah.
Let me change the subject real quick. So,
okay.
Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Has anybody ever actually played that?
I have not played Light as a feather, stiff as a board.
I did. Didn't work.
No.
So when I was in youth group, there was this game that we used to play. It's not really a game. It's kind of like a parlor trick that we used to play. And it was kind of the same concept. I've always wanted to demonstrate it with someone because I haven't done it since I was a kid, but it works. Basically, the premise is you take 2 fingers. Everybody takes 2 fingers, similar to that. You have a person sit down in a chair, and you put 2 fingers under each of their other legs. It's you need 4 people. So one person, 2 people put their fingers under their knees, 2 people under their armpits, and then you try to lift them up. Of course, the person's heavy. They don't lift. Jackie, can you show the motion of the hands? So then you put everybody, no, the flat to do over the head. No, the other one. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, never mind.
Okay, so I remember we talked about
that everybody after they do that lifting, that everybody puts a hand over the person's head. So you put your left hand, and then somebody else puts their right hand. Everybody puts hands over it and stacks hands without touching, and then you remove the hands exactly. So you play it like this. So go do a stacking motion. Okay, now like that, and you have to make sure your hands don't touch. And then you unstack your hands and you go and you put your fingers underneath the person. You go 1, 2, 3, and then you can lift them up so high out of their chair. It works every single time. We lifted people that were like 250 pounds when we were like 4 teenagers. I've been meaning to talk to this and to demonstrate this to other people, but I forget about it. But it's a
thing that
we should do that for Sean, Nikki.
Happens. Sean's too late. It's not impressive if the person is
I did Bloody Mary once when I was a kid. Well, I didn't. Well, let me clarify. I didn't do it. I witnessed it.
Nikki died.
Sorry, Nikki, come back to us. Looking back as an adult, I realized obviously how much they were fucking with me. But as a kid watching them do it, so it was my brother and some friends, and they did it in the bathroom mirror. So we were at my grandmother's house, and on her first floor, there's like the living room with the fireplace that goes into a dining room. And on the other side, it goes into a hallway that takes you to the bathroom. And so we went into the bathroom. He did the Bloody Mary thing, and the lights went out in the house. Yes. And everything, like the lights just all shut off as if somebody flipped the breaker or something. And so, of course, I started crying. And then I heard screaming. And when the lights came back on, one of the boys was in the fireplace crying. I have never been so scared in my life. And now I'm like, okay, they must have been fucking with me. Like somebody flipped the breaker and he was fake crying maybe. But like, I don't know. But at the time, I have never felt that kind of fear.
Look, you made Kojo stop knitting.
I've been listen.
Crochet.
I've
Crochet.
had vivid nightmares. I've been hit by a car. I've had so many things that, yeah, I've been hit by a car twice. And almost the third time someone
Like how we
saved
just
my
walked
life.
Please.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a car magnet.
Look both ways.
I did something in a past life. I don't know. Cars are
my
that's
goodness.
probably how I'm gonna go, knock on wood. But yeah, anyway, it was terrifying. Like the boy inside the fireplace, because like the fireplace was also behind a couch because my grandparents never lit their fireplace. It was really just there to use the mantle. And so it all happened so fast and it freaked me out really bad. And I still remember it to this day. And now I look back and I'm like, they were fucking with me. Somebody had to have just flipped the breaker in the basement.
Peter Griffin, your offer has been accepted.
My older brothers used to flip the circuit breaker in the apartment.
Like, oh, really?
Yeah. And like make monster noises. And I was small enough, like I could climb into the cabinet under the sink, and that was my hiding spot.
So my grandma's, hers was all the way in the basement. So they would have had to go down in the basement and then to like the back of the basement because she has a finished basement to flip the breaker.
I don't know.
These girls, when I was in middle school, I forgot which school. It was before we moved to that other place, but there were these like Bloody Mary. I think I was in 5th grade. Bloody Mary was all the rage. Girls were going into the bathroom. They were screaming. They were talking about they saw bloody fingers in there. They were talking. They would like stand and they'd say they saw people behind them. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going.
Whoa, Jackie!
I'm cleaning my camera.
That was so loud.
It's like not a good time for it either.
Sorry, Nikki.
And yeah, it was such a scary time. I like stopped going to that bathroom on that floor just because it was so scary. It was like one, those old bathrooms where like all the stalls are green and it's a dingy like fluorescent light.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible.
You know who I absolutely do not fuck with?
Nope,
in any form or fashion.
No.
The man of the treats.
No. The glucose.
Glucose gentleman.
Bees everywhere.
I
got chills. I literally just got chills.
And the thing about him is, if you keep your name out his mouth, he'll leave you alone.
Keep my name out your
fucking mouth.
Yeah. No.
He'll leave you alone, but it's like you have to literally summon him to come and destroy you. And it's like, just keep your name out his mouth. He's minding his own business, and here you come pulling him out. He's just home trying to crochet in peace, and here you come calling his name.
I mean, we talked about this last time. Like, I don't fuck with him so much that when the trailer for the new movie came out, it gave me nightmares, and I never saw the movie.
I liked it. It's scary though. To me,
no,
I scare easily though.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I'm the perfect horror movie watcher because I truly get scared. Like I don't watch a lot of modern horror because it's simply too scary for me.
You're the embodiment of jump scare.
No, when I was pregnant with Sulu, the movie is called Candyman. I don't remember what year. Peter Griffin asked. I
saw that again. The whole thing.
No, the
that's
glucose gentleman.
No more. That's twice.
Yeah, no. I only said it once.
I know. The coach said it once too.
Oh. I said it once.
Yeah, but the same person has to say it. But I'm not going to say it again.
Test the luck.
So when I was pregnant with Sulu, I went to go see it with my friend, and I was very pregnant. I had contractions the whole movie. Every time there was a jump scare, I would start having contractions, and I would sit there like breathing, trying to breathe and wait for the contractions to pass. And I wasn't due yet, but like I just kept having contractions every time I got scared. And I was so scared. It started pouring rain. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
So the beginning, it's pouring rain and the little boy loses his boat. So it starts pouring rain and we're walking home and a fucking raccoon jumps out of the gutter. A raccoon in Manhattan. How often do you see raccoons in Manhattan? I was scared shitless. I couldn't go home by myself. I ended up going home. It was my friend Jeannie. I ended up going with her to her house so she can get clothes for work and come back to my apartment and spend the night with me. And when I went to my doctor's appointment, I was almost 2 centimeters dilated.
Jeez.
So I scare easily.
Yeah.
I almost had a baby in the movie theater because I was so scared.
Oh my God. Well, Pennywise would have taken that child. That was gonna be my toddler's costume because it's red hair.
Yeah, he gives Chucky.
He was that last year.
Oh yeah, Nikki sent me pictures.
Yep. But the costume that we got was way too big, so we have to return it. And now we can't get another one in his size. But I actually wanted to bring something up. I have a small story, then I have a question for each of you.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was waiting for bedtimes, y'all mentioned the Ouija board. And I have a small, almost inconsequential story with that. I was spending the night at my friend Jessica Pace's house one night, and it was like a freaking... Huh?
You gave her full govs, but okay.
Oh. JP. Oops. JP. And we had just finished watching the movie Sleepwalkers. And it was... I think that's the one with the cats. Like the haunted cats, something like that.
Oh no, I don't know that one.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that sounds like hell.
It's it's a creepy freaking movie. Like the cats, like they try to steal your soul or something like that. Ugh.
Sounds
and
like cats.
And we're a cat family, so. But so she decided to pull out her Ouija board, and it was like a little mini Ouija board, but a Ouija board nonetheless. So we did that. We tried to summon people. Nothing worked. And
And you came back to our house?
I spent the night there. Does that count? I spent the night with her. Does that count? Was I cleansed by morning?
That's not how that shit works.
Oh, well, I don't think we conjured anything, Nikki, because the little thingy didn't move as far as I know. But what I do know is that it was a stormy night, per the usual, of course. And then I couldn't sleep because I kept hearing cat noises.
We didn't conjure anything.
She didn't have a cat. The thing didn't move though. The little pointer,
I don't think it needed to.
The little pointer didn't move, so I'm just
cats
thinking,
can't spell.
Nikki, are we killing you?
She just had to mute.
Oh,
so I come over and check on you, Nikki. But no, so that's one of my, I guess you call that a core memory, but I was like a teenager. So I guess you can never be too old to have core memories. But the thing I wanted to ask you guys, this is back to the craft.
Jesus.
If when they were in the little circle, like expressing whatever wishes they wanted to have manifest, what would y'all's be?
My
or
wish.
That's too deep for this topic right now.
No, not at all.
I usually ask questions.
It's actually a good ending question. It's after 10.
Oh, we're ending?
I mean, do you want to keep going? I'll keep going. I think my kids are sleeping. There's no more banging against the door.
Jackson's still banging around.
What'd you say, Nikki?
Be careful what you wish for. Last week they were awake.
I know. I thought they were sleeping and they just came strolling out like,
hey. What would I wish
What
for?
would my spell be? I feel like I shouldn't waste it on cursing someone.
Times three. Remember.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I probably would have done the wish that Sarah did at the end, which is having Manon come into me.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
you know how I feel about a
but
Manon
with the
coming
best-
into me. Wow.
Tanya.
Come on, you
Here I
set
was
me up
trying
for
to
a
have
Kojo.
pure moment.
You set me up for a Kojo. You know the vibes.
I know.
Kojo has mojo.
We need a
Kojo
bike.
has
That is actually true.
Sorry, please continue, Kojo.
No, I
the
No,
power of
guess.
Manon coming into you.
Yes, yeah, I would have asked for the highest manifestation, the purest manifestation of power,
Yeah, actually,
natural power.
that seems like the smart thing to do. That
Hmm.
seems like the smart thing to do. Because I think of it in like genie terms, like you ask for something and then it's like a trick, which is
Mm-hmm.
another thing in the Monsters We Defy. When you ask the enigmas for a gift, it comes with a trick
Because they're enigmas.
because they're
It's like when you
enigmas.
ask the night watcher for something, it comes with a
It
boom.
comes exactly.
We thought we were gonna
There's our
get a
Stormlight. There's our Stormlight reference.
boom. Yeah, with that in mind, I don't know. I was gonna say I would wish for the things that the people who I love that they start always to go well. I would want the things that they start always to go well. I don't know what the curse of that would be, what the trick along that would be, but maybe
I
it'd be
used
like they'd be good at like fucking up or something. I don't know.
I used to always think that I would ask for infinite knowledge, and then I joined Twitter, and
And then she disappeared.
I
No.
was like, we weren't meant to know this many people's thoughts. Like realizing how many people are genuinely stupid. If I had infinite knowledge,
It would
meaning
just
I'm smarter than like everyone, I think I would go insane.
I think you'd have to because it's so painful to be around stupid people.
And I'm
It's
not
so
like brilliant. I think I'm pretty smart, but like I'm no genius. So
yeah.
imagine what it would be like, if I feel this physical pain from seeing the stupid things people say to me.
Mm, that's
I
a real
think
Yeah.
so.
bit.
Yeah, I was like, wow, I think that would actually be a curse.
But it's also like I feel like it's not only that. Like if you had infinite knowledge, like then what do you do with that?
Right.
I think you can't have
There's no more
infinite knowledge
curiosity.
and then just sit on it. You know, it's like sure there's no more curiosity, but I feel like if I had infinite knowledge, I feel the impetus to like always be doing something with it because or why else do I have it? I feel like there'd be this race against time for me to like do these things with the knowledge I have before I die.
You'd never be able to rest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, basically my
Then it
mind
would
would be
be the
racing.
knowledge of things that other people cannot perceive, like that aren't on this plane.
Right.
That's
That
the
would
shit
make
that
you
would actually
crazy.
drive you nuts. I don't think it's people. Well, for me, it wouldn't be other people. It would be the download of all of this shit that
Mm,
my human body and brain is not
It's not
really
prepared
built
for.
to receive.
Hmm.
yeah.
So yeah, I feel like it would end up being a curse. But
That
that
would
used
be.
that used to be what I would always ask for. It was like,
I
oh,
mean,
I'm
I'm
just
with
gonna
it.
get infinite. I want to know everything, and then I can do anything. And I was like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
maybe I would change it so I could learn anything.
Mm. I used to want to be able to read like all the books in the world. But
I remember you saying something about that as a kid.
yeah, but there's a
Wow.
lot
No,
like
I had a period where
on
like
my shelf. They don't get read. They don't even get cracked open.
I had a
Like,
period where I became obsessed with my TBR. This was in like my early 20s. But it became like really unhealthy because I would be in like a bookstore and I would get stressed out because I just knew I couldn't read all of those books.
yeah,
And it
it's
was
stressful.
starting to become like this like invasive thought of like you can't do it, there's no time. And it's like, oh shit, do
Mm.
I have to go read right now? And it started like really fucking me up, this idea that there's just too many books and I can't read them all. I'm never going to be able to read them all. And it like really fucked I'm now on medication anyway. But it was like a thing that like really fucked with me.
Can you highlight Peter Griffin's comment real quick?
Which one? Mom and Son Sleepwalker?
No, no. Oh wait, no. Jackie
Oh,
C.
Jackie C.
Sorry.
Yes, I wouldn't want to know too much about poop.
You know, I think it's really, yeah, no, it's a lot. I mean, I wish, basically, what I have revised that wish to now is just the knowledge that I shouldn't be depressed when I go to the library because I can't read all the books. I should just appreciate that someone is out there writing more and more books, and that's what a wonderful thing. Even, I guess, the crazy ones. Libraries are beautiful places. Check out The Monsters We Defy from your local library and read it.
Support your local library. There was a library set up at Comic-Con too. And when I got up there, they were trying to get people to sign up for library cards. I was like, I have two. I have a New York Public Library card and a Brooklyn Public Library card. And they're like, oh. I was like, also, I give a monthly donation. And they were like, oh. And we started talking about the library. And they're like, oh, so are you an educator? And I was like, no. I was like, I just like the library. And it was like this awkward silence. And she was like, well, that's great. I was like, oh.
You're the page master.
We should go all city with the libraries. Like, in graffiti, if you have a tag in every borough, they call it all city. We should go all city. We should go visit Melissa and get a library card at Staten Island, and then we just got to do like the Bronx and Queens.
Well, Bronx is part of NYPL.
Oh, well then Queens. And
yeah, it would be Queens and Staten Island.
Yeah, I'm down for that trip.
There's a question from Jackie C.
Yeah, it would be Queens and Staten Island.
Whoa, turn off your YouTube.
I didn't mean to. I'm still new, you guys.
See, Tanya, it runs in the family. I guess we could, Jackie.
What would the consequences be if we wished for world peace?
Boredom.
I mean, I can think of several things, but that's a long conversation.
Oh wait, Kojo and Jackie, did you wish for your things? What would you?
You should what?
What would be your? Oh well, yeah. Kojo said for Manan to come in her.
Yes.
Come in him. Enter inside him.
Y'all so
I mean, to come inside him. I mean,
it all works.
To download.
Either or.
We got 2 Manel cream pies coming up.
Hi, cats.
I'm fine.
Welcome, cats. This is 30 Tuesdays, where on a Tuesday night at 9 p.m. we drink and shoot the shit about a movie or a TV series or a book or whatever it is we feel like.
Welcome, cats.
We'll be back next Tuesday with Beetlejuice.
Yes!
Nikki J might want to be in on this one.
If he could stay up, tell me to join.
Therein lies the rub.
Yeah. Beetlejuice is our next Tuesday. And actually, let me just take Tanya, go ahead.
It's actually like one of my favorite movies ever. So,
they are making a sequel, right? They're making a
sequel, which I'm not particularly happy about because I don't think it needs a sequel. It's
movie. Johnny Depp. I'll watch it.
It's Johnny Depp too. Oh God!
I heard yes, because it's like as close to Tim Burton as he could get. I think.
Well, we know Tim Burton has a rampant love affair with Depp and my girl.
I'm not personally a Johnny Depp fan. I feel like he looks like
but also
chewed gum with bits of tar in it.
That's funny.
I love him.
But Jenna is going to be in it too, and that's exciting.
Who?
Jenna
Ortega.
Jenna Ortega.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is that? October 24th at 9 p.m. We'll be doing Beetlejuice.
Okay,
so join us for that. That'll be fun.
Can I come back?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Our final 30 Tuesdays.
Nice.
1, 2, Freddie coming for
Nope,
you.
I gotta mute this. I gotta mute it. Nope. that literally sends chills down my spine.
That is one of my that might be my favorite horror movie.
I like Scream.
I do love Scream, but I think Nightmare on Elm Street is my favorite horror movie. Yeah. So we'll be covering that on Halloween. Huh?
Nightmare on Elm Street was actually Johnny Depp's breakout role.
Yes, I did know that. That was when he was still attractive.
Really? I had no idea.
He's still fine. Oh my God. Y'all are weird.
This has got a little bit of roadkill vibe these days.
Yeah.
He's like fine wine.
It's like if you eat oxtail and then chew gum to get the pieces out of your teeth. That's what he looks like to me. That's what he looks like to me.
That's what he looks like.
Do you know what's funny?
Leave my names alone.
When I have pieces of popcorn stuck in my teeth, I chew gum.
Because it gets it out sometimes better than floss. So that's what I think of when I look at him. Like I just ate a bunch of oxtail and it's like stuck in my teeth. So I chew some gum and then like that chewed gum with the bits of oxtail in it is Johnny Depp.
God, y'all are so harsh. I love him.
I used to love Johnny Depp too, but It's just
I've honestly never had feelings about him either way, really. I just like talking shit.
And there
Oh,
we go.
sorry. Can I get? I know that y'all wanted to go, but I just wanted a quick observation that
oh
I
wait,
made.
what was your thing? I don't think you heard your said.
Yeah, you didn't say what your wish would be. I still have wine. Keep going.
Well, honestly, it kind of piggybacks off what Nikki said. I would want all of my endeavors to be fruitful, both monetarily and spiritually. That's just like everything that, like, it's like what Nikki said, because I've been struggling with a few things lately, like, you know, like not working because stay-at-home mom at the moment, and you know, things like that, and like everything that I've been like considering doing, I always find some reason to either not do it, or you know, that won't be worth my time, or it's just bottom line won't be worth it. So I'm like, oh, that's like, you know, that's beneath me because of what I have experience with, or that's too much for me because I don't know what I'm doing. So I just want, like, I've been thinking about that stuff, and yeah, for me to be able to take on anything, no matter what it may be, and have it be a good for me.
I like that.
Thank you. What?
She said Ashe.
But my question about the craft, again, I noticed this last night. Y'all know, okay, so when Nancy took on when she invoked Menno, right? She took it to a dark place.
Immediately.
Yeah. But yet she still had more personality than when Sarah took him to a good place. Sarah was pretty much a dead mouse.
Well.
She, like, her expression was like, be careful what you wish for. Chick, smile or something. You're supposed to be good.
I think she didn't smile because her wig was so bad.
Can we talk about
the wig?
Thank you for mentioning it.
Yeah.
I think that's my first. I wrote notes, and I think the first thing I wrote was the fucking wig.
Yeah, I said to Tanya on Saturday, I was watching it, and I was just like, yo, I know I'm not going to, I said something else to her that I'm not going to say in the stream. But then I was like, but also lace fronts.
Yeah, the lace fronts weren't lace fronting back then.
They weren't doing anything. They were just sitting.
Yeah. I told her, shout out to Gen Z for giving me the sights. No idea.
I mean, wig technology was a lot different in the 90s.
Yeah, it sure was.
Like I said, her wig was awful, and her run, it irked my soul.
Brian said she ran like a sheet of paper with legs.
She ran like a praying mantis. Oh my god, it was so bad.
Oh, question from Jackie C. Is she wearing that wig because her previous movie Empire Records had her bald? Yes, that's exactly why she's wearing the wig.
That is hilarious.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was bald, so they'd throw a wig on her.
Oh, right on. Cool beans. Thanks for that.
Okay, that's a fun fact.
But yeah, the wig was terrible.
Peter Griffin, I also agree with you. This one? Yeah, we did Edward Scissorhands last year, actually.
We did. Yeah, that was fucked up that she knew where he was. Like, bitch, go visit him. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, he's right there. You can go see him. She's like, and I never saw him again. Meanwhile, he's like upstairs.
I know.
He's just at the house on the top of the hill, just by himself.
Like, as you get older, you notice so many plot holes in all of your favorite movies as a kid.
Yeah. I usually find ways to like make them make sense though. It's one of my favorite pastimes.
Yeah, that's like I need to make it make sense so I can still enjoy it, you know? Like I'm in denial about my favorite movies. I'm okay with that.
It's fine.
I'm really looking forward to Halloween to talk about Nightmare on Elm Street. I'll probably have nightmares after that stream.
Me too. I'm gonna take my nephews trick-or-treating and then I'm gonna come and we're gonna stream.
Oh, yeah, you are? So I get a break?
Yeah, I'm taking them trick-or-treating.
Oh, good night. I'm going to sleep.
I'm going to take my kids trick-or-treating and I'm going to take Ellington's best friend with us.
Aww.
So we'll all go trick-or-treating. It's funny. She's his best friend, but she's also his only friend.
Aww.
And he's her best friend, but he's also her only friend. But they've known each other since they were a year old. Because they went to the same daycare and then they were in daycare and then 3K and pre-K together. And I didn't realize it until they were in pre-K together and we ran into them on the street and they hugged each other and I was like, who the hell is this? And then like her mom and I were like looking through past, because his daycare sends pictures every day and we were looking through past pictures and realized that our kids were together in like every picture.
Aw.
So that's his little bestie. So I'll be taking them trick or treating and then coming back for the stream.
How
Welcome
is
back
trick or treating in New York?
Hey,
It
AK
sounds like
is back.
It sounds like a dumb question, but I mean, like,
What was your
weird.
question?
like, how is trick or treating in New York? I mean, it sounds like a dumb question, but I've always wondered that.
So when I lived in a high rise, with a security desk, and they would have like not posters, but like flyers that you can put on your door so that kids knew they could knock on your door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so the kids would just trick or treat within the building. I don't live in a high rise anymore. I live in a townhouse. And so my neighborhood, we have a neighborhood association, and we add ourselves to a list. They have like a group chat, and we add ourselves to a list to be considered a house safe for trick or treating. And then they hand out a flyer for us to put on our door. But what on my street in particular, what most of us do is just sit outside with candy.
Yeah.
But we all have
Okay. That makes sense. That's good.
yeah.
In my old building, we used to do a haunted hallway in the basement. They'd really go all out, but now we do a haunted garden. So our community garden turns into a place where kids can trick or treat. But I was really surprised because I didn't know here, like they didn't do the thing that what they do with you guys, Tanya, but the kids go trick or treating at all the stores.
Yes, they do that here too.
So you go trick or treating the department stores and
the
all
bodegas.
the bodegas.
Even the liquor store by me gives out candy. So like the bodegas, the liquor store, they all give out candy.
Oh, see, that's good. Because I mean, like, I just noticed here in like in my town, I've noticed the complete lack of holiday spirit for anything. There's no decorations, no one is trick or treating, or like no one is handing out candy. They either have like a little bowl with like take one, please. Which what kid's gonna really take one?
Mine.
Except the good kids.
I had to convince him to take there was a bucket out and it was like, take as many as you want. And he took one and I was like, you can take another one. And he like looked at me like, you for real? I'm like, yeah, take another one. He took another one and I was like, take a third one. And he's just looking at me. He's like, no, that's enough.
No, it says one.
Yeah, he's like, that's enough. That's enough. But it actually just said like, take as much as you want. And I was like, oh, go ahead, go in. And he was like, all right, two's enough.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I have a box of decorations that I have yet to put up.
To Jackie C, happy early birthday, Jackie C.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Aw.
Yeah,
like, everyone has no spirit, whether it be for Christmas or Halloween or whatever. So I was just wondering because, like I said, last year I went trick or treating with my boys in my parents' neighborhood because everyone there knows Sean, and they literally, I mean, this literally, two people had bags of candy literally set aside just for my son.
Aw.
Oh my god! Sweet. Oh no, mommy took them. Don't worry. That's
last year I had leftover goodie bags from Sulu's birthday party, and I gave those out. I had like 8 of them, and I gave those out. So like the first 8 kids got like actual goodie bags with like all kinds of treats and coloring books and stuff in them.
Oh, you're the cool house.
And then I gave out candy for the rest. But one of my neighbors goes hard for like every holiday, and what they do, so the way my house is set up, there's 3 apartments, but it's a 4-story building, like it's a 4-story townhouse, and the middle apartment is 2 floors, and so I guess they didn't want to keep coming downstairs or having people come up the stairs to get candy, so they put in a chute from their first floor window. And they have decorations on the roof, like inflatables. There's music. They go hard. Like there's so much stuff. And then you come over and they sit in the window. You say trick or treat and you put your bucket at the chute and they throw candy down the chute.
I love it.
It's so cute. It is really adorable. But they go hard for every holiday, Christmas, like whatever. They have like an inflatable Santa on their roof. It's huge. And they have an Instagram tag for it because people are always taking pictures of their house. No, I mean like they really go crazy. People are always taking pictures of their house. So they started an Instagram page for it. I forgot what it's called. But yeah.
It's like whatever happened to people like being festive for the holidays.
I love it.
I do too. I personally love to decorate for Halloween, love decorate for Christmas and everything like that.
I got Halloween lights, and the only reason they're not on right now is because they were entirely too tempting for Grimlock. He immediately started tearing them down.
Sounds right.
And I put them on the bar, and that was just a mistake.
Yeah, I really just like want to do it big one year, and like I don't like inflatables. My son asked me, "Mommy, can we get an inflatable Jack Skellington?" I was like, "No, they're ugly. I don't like." Well, for me personally, I don't like inflatables. But I have stuff in the Dollar Tree, which don't knock the Dollar Tree.
I love Dollar Tree.
Here, let me see. All that right there.
All Halloweeny stuff.
All
It's
right.
all Halloweeny stuff for me to put up. But my husband said, after we mow the line, I'm like, leave it long because it's more graveyard.
It's more spooky, yeah.
Exactly. I mean, why spend the $40 to get it done when you can just use it for the as ambiance?
Yeah, I put out like a jack-o'-lantern like yard decoration thing, and I have one that says like treat welcome all treaters, trickers need not something. I don't remember. It's from Target. And then I'll carve a real jack-o'-lantern and put it out there with a candle too.
Yeah, we do that too. Oh, and fun fact, do not throw, I don't know how y'all can do in New York, but do not throw away your pumpkins. Either donate them somewhere or throw them into a field so that the wildlife can eat them.
There is a compost bin 2 blocks up from me where people dump their pumpkins.
There you go. Because I've seen people literally throw theirs in our street and let their cars run over them. So
that's crazy.
Oh yeah, we have a-holes here in our neighborhood. I literally do not like living in this neighborhood. I love my little home. Don't like the neighborhood. People here are wicked rude. We got our house egged last year because we weren't giving out candy because we just gotten home from trick or treating with the boys. So when they threw 2 eggs at the house, and my husband about had a fit. He's like, "I'll kill you if I find you." I'm like, "Dude, it's just eggs."
Can I tell you a funny story?
I have somebody in the house throwing eggs back. Just
our house got egged one year. Our house got egged one year because my mom didn't really give out candy. My mom doesn't usually give out candy. She's usually like out doing stuff. And so the next year she waited and she got like 2 dozen eggs. And when she saw every time teenagers approached the house, she egged the teenagers. She didn't even wait to see if they were trouble. She was just fucking egging kids all night. As long as you were a teenager, you got egged that night.
I'd love to meet your mom.
That's
like
on brand.
People were catching strays, like they were just trying to trick or treat, and she was just like, "Fuck y'all." She was egging kids all night long.
Oh my god, that is hilarious.
Oh, maybe I'll do that. I'm not a holiday person.
No, oh my god, I love holidays, and having kids made it so much worse.
Oh my god. Well, my son just found out the truth about Christmas.
Oh no.
When I tell you, Miss Tanya,
I've never told my kids about Santa because I didn't grow up thinking Santa was real. So I was just like, I just never told them about him. I figured they'll find out on their own.
No, he told me, "Mommy, I know it's not real. So just tell me the truth." I'm like, "I'm not talking about Santa Claus is real. You're just weird. Go away." And he's just like, Mommy, I know for sure. Just tell me the truth." I'm like, "Sean, why do you think it's fake?" He said, "YouTube said it. And I saw you put because like in Germany, there's a tradition called St. Nikolaus Tag where you put your shoe outside of your door, and if you're good, then you get candy. If you're bad, you get coal." So apparently Sean thinks that he heard me undo his Velcro. and I put something in his shoe. I'm like, I was in bed. Santa Claus, he did like Santa Claus. He was just clumsy that night. It was, Mommy, I saw you come into my room to check on me after doing that. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, he found out the truth. I cried like a baby. I cried because it's just, I'm trying to maintain his innocence as long as I can because kids grow up way too dang early nowadays, man. Mm-hmm. So when he told me that, I literally burst into tears, and because I was crying, he started crying. I called my family. I'm like, "Everybody, he found out the truth." But then we have a little one still. So
I never told my kids about Santa. Like I have wrap presents way in advance, and I have like a little baby tree, and so basically all December they see wrapped gifts increasing. So they know there's a
comment, please.
Huh?
It must save you a lot of stress too.
Okay. Second to last comment.
That's what my sister told her kids. She was like, "Absolutely, there's no Santa." No, she's like, Mommy and Daddy bought all those gifts. They're not getting the credit for my hard work and all my money spent. And I was like, well, shit.
That's what my husband says. My husband has that mentality. If he gets my kids a big gift, he's like, "That's not from Santa. That is from me."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Babe, Seriously? He's like,
When
yeah,
I was like,
I want
when
the
I was a
credit.
kid, I pretended to believe in Santa to like make my parents happy, because when I turned like around 5 or so, when I started school, is when I first started hearing about Santa. So I'm
Love.
Jamaican. We spent every Christmas in Jamaica. There's no chimneys,
Mm.
and we opened
He
our
finds a
presents.
way.
We always opened our presents before Christmas so that we could pack things to bring with us to Jamaica. And
Oh.
so like there, the presents were already there. I opened them before Christmas. We didn't open presents on Christmas. There's no chimneys. So like I didn't believe in Santa. And then one year we didn't go. And so my mom went through and changed the labels and wrote from Santa. But like by then I was learning to read. And so I could see that she crossed out from Santa. I mean, from grandma or from Monique or from whatever, and then put Santa on it instead. Like I could see that that's what happened, and I was like,
Oh,
and I just went along with it, and I pretended. And then the next year, I put out cookies for Santa and like milk, and my dad ate the cookies and poured the milk down the sink, and I knew he did that, and like. But like it was like this game we were playing where like I was pretending like I believed it, and they thought maybe I believed it, and so we just both kind of like, and then eventually they just gave up, and I was like, yeah, me too.
well, see, that's what I'm gonna miss for Sean, because like everyone in my family has been saying, Jackie, he knows, honey, he knows. Just he knows the truth. I'm like, no, he doesn't. He's my baby. He's gonna be innocent to the day I die. But
That
I would
kid,
literally no, but I would literally rack
because
my brain thinking of ways to put the elf.
Oh, Elf on the Shelf. I've never done Elf on the Shelf.
Oh my god. Honestly, it's fun. I had him in the fridge hugging a jar of pickles one time.
yeah,
It was awesome. And then I had him, Nikki, what's that? Not parasailing. What's that like where you have like a zip lining? I had him zip lining from the stairs down to the banister.
I do think
That's
it's really
cool.
cute. I just know I would never keep up with it, and they'd be like, "Wow, he's still sitting on top of the TV. It's been 6 days."
I literally woke up at 2 a.m. and went, "Oh my god, the freaking elf!" And I had to go move him.
I think it's adorable. I just never do it.
But like I said, we still have Jackson. So Sean says that he's gonna be really happy now to make this fun for Jackson.
That's
Aw,
cute.
That's sweet.
But we'll see how that holds up when he wants to go to bed.
I did believe in the Tooth Fairy, and then I found out that my brother was the Tooth Fairy, not my parents.
He knows about it all now.
My
That's the
brother,
second
and
thing.
like my brother kept my teeth.
That's sweet. Then you can have like a little collection. Like make your own draw.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Oh,
we found out when my mom was moving furniture and she took everything out of his room, and there was like, I used to get, my dentist used to give us these little treasure chests
Yep.
to put your tooth in for the
Yep.
Tooth Fairy, and there was like a bunch of treasure chests like under his bed with my teeth in them.
Oh, what a good brother.
And then so my sister and I, we started carrying that on for my little cousin. So but we would put like, we were little I'm only 5 years older than my cousin, so like we would put like a page from a coloring book or something under her pillow because we didn't have money.
Aw. Hey, anything is anything. Why are you shaking your head, Kojo?
That's
It is
some
both-
serial killer shit.
it is both
The brother-
sweet
That he
and
kept my teeth.
gross.
What'd
It's
you
like
say, Nikki?
sweet- It's sweet that he did Tooth Fairy stuff for you, so you can keep believing. It is a little weird that he kept the teeth, but I get it. But I feel like what probably happened is that he just got the teeth and forgot about it. He was like,
Yeah, he kind of tossed it like under his bed and moved on.
Now, were they like in a box?
Yeah,
Or
they were in little
like
treasure chests.
No, like were the chests in like a big box?
No,
You
they
had
were
to
just
put
loose
them
under
in
his
there?
bed. No, they were just loose under his bed. Like I just kept finding treasure chests, and there was my teeth.
We're getting to
in
the
it.
root of the problem, pun intended.
Brian's mom still has his baby teeth in a safe deposit box at the bank.
And y'all think she's or like her brother's crazy?
She kept them all. She was like, I
Are
still
they
have his
going
baby teeth.
to clone him.
I don't know. She like after we got married, she like took us to, she wanted to like let us know about all her accounts and all these things that we might need to know if they pass. And she took us to the bank to where she keeps her safety deposit box and like all that stuff. And she was like, also his teeth are in there.
In case he gets framed for murder as a baby. It wasn't him.
They just sprinkle his DNA at some crime scenes.
I actually just remembered that I still have Sean's teeth, but that's because he just found out about the truth. So now y'all make me feel really self-conscious. I might have to go and get rid of those.
No, put him in a safety deposit box. Keep him until he's 50.
If I don't have them, why should I have one for his teeth?
I'm gonna highlight
Nikki, do
this.
you want to make a little
And now
necklace?
you have a reason.
Oh, AK, I have no idea. We're just that kind of people, I guess.
Yeah, it got weird fast.
Doesn't it always?
I feel like once we started talking about Manon coming inside Kojo, it just like took a turn.
Like this got so off topic. So I was not prepared for this conversation.
Well,
I'm gonna bow out because I'm starting to get like.
Well, it is. We do need to wrap up. It's 10:35, so let's
Okay,
wrap up.
Let's plug some shit. Jackie, what do you have going on
right now?
Yeah, plug whatever you want to plug. Tell us your
whatever.
TikTok page and all that stuff.
I don't know what that means. Plug what? Like I need to take a shower and do my nails.
No, okay.
No, like you have a TikTok page. Would you like to tell us what it is?
It's my TikTok page is just I don't have a niche.
What is it called, Jackie?
It's called
so we can follow it.
Oh, or it's Jack Sheb or Jack Shabi. JACSHEB. The TikTok.
Boom.
I'm getting used to all the lingo, Nikki. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about.
Yeah, you get there.
Well, this is my first one with you guys. I feel honored.
What about me? What?
Do you have anything to plug?
Nope. I'll just be over here playing with yarn for the next 2 months.
Do you want to join us for another one? Next week's Beetlejuice, and then the week after is Nightmare on Elm Street.
We shall see. You know, this is past my bedtime, right?
It's way past my bedtime. We were only supposed to go till 10, but we kind of just went off the rails, and so I just let it happen.
I might maybe Beetlejuice is next week.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I'll be up because we have our thing before.
Oh, right.
Oh, Kojo, yeah. I gotta let Mojo bring it on.
Mojo.
Kojo and I play D&D together, so I'll have to let Sean know that we got to cut out a little early.
Let's see. What do I have to plug? Take it away, Tanya.
Oh, God.
Next Sunday, we have book club. Wine on an Empty Stomach. We'll be covering The Monsters We Defy by Leslie Penelope, October 22nd at 3 p.m. On October 24th, with 30 Tuesdays, we'll be covering Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Yay.
It's showtime.
Who remembers the cartoon?
Oh, yes. Actually, no. When we talk about Beetlejuice, I'll talk about what I was about to say. It's a Beetlejuice conversation. Yeah. And then on October 31st, Halloween, we'll be covering Nightmare on Elm Street. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
Definitely not that one for me.
Let me just say,
I might skip that one because that legit gives me like it's just
no, it still gives me nightmares, and I love it.
No,
but this is your last. Freddie will be your last chance to catch us because we are taking November off.
Yes, we are taking November off because doing a spooky season festival is a lot.
A spooky season plus Wheel of Time was.
We had Wheel of Time, spooky season, book club. It's a lot.
But stay tuned. We'll be giving you guys our Christmas lineup soon.
Yes, because we're gonna do another Christmas film festival. We'll pick our favorite holiday movies, and we'll do however many Tuesdays are in December. We'll do that many.
Love it.
So that'll be fun.
You're gonna do the Nightmare Before Christmas.
We did that last year.
Last year we did the Tim Burton Dark Trilogy, and that's The Nightmare Before Christmas, Batman Returns, and Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
Batman Returns. I missed that one. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That movie is so awesome.
Guess what? You can check out our playlist for 30 Tuesdays and go back and watch that bitch.
You know that Michelle Pfeiffer is considered one of the best whiptresses ever because she could do moves that while filming that she could do moves with the whip that experts couldn't do.
I love that. She was wonderful in that role.
She gave me girly confusion.
I bet. I bet.
Yes.
You just start questioning everything you thought you knew. I get it.
She bathing herself and saying, meow. Yes, girl. Kitty cat indeed. Oh my goodness. She was fierce. And on that note, I'm going to go before I embarrass myself further. It was an honor, you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us, Jackie and Kojo. We really appreciate it. We went like 40 minutes over time, but
because it was a good time, man.
We loved having you.
All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful night, okay?
Good night. Nikki,
I'll come give you some tea.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it.
Yeah. All right.
Good
Love
night,
you.
y'all.
Bye.
Oh.